Welcome to Albania. This time I'm cooking in its capital Tirana, and after having a fairly smooth shopping experience at the local market, the cooking part was a bit frustrating to say the least. Let me show you how we got there. Tirana might actually be one of my favorite capital cities in general. I mean, there's not that many sites, but just the general vibe here is so good. The restaurants are amazing, so many coffee shops around, and of course the people here are just incredible. What I didn't really understood so far is specifically the Albanian cuisine. I mean, there's a lot of influence from the Balkans, the Greece and Italy, but I don't really know like a distinctly Albanian dish, which I would like to fix today, and that's why we're gonna cook a distinctly Albanian dish. First of all, we need to buy the ingredients though, and for that we're gonna head to the market and buy everything we need there, and after it we're gonna cook it in a hostel kitchen. So follow me. So whenever you Google a fresh market in Tirana, this one usually pops as the number one option. It's located right in the city center and it's been built in 1931, but in 2017 it got a major renovation, and now it kind of serves both locals and the tourists, as you will be able to see many fresh produce, meat, fish, but also a lot of souvenir stands, which is not so standard for a local fresh market, but it just serves dual purposes. At this point you might be actually asking, what am I gonna even cook? Well, after a bit of research I found out that especially for the Tirana region, like in central Albania, there's a dish called tergese, which is a fairly simple dish. I have written down all the ingredients that we need, and one minor catch with this dish is that it needs to be served and baked in the end in a clay pot, which my hostel kitchen doesn't have. Other than that, we just need like some vegetables, tomatoes, paprika, and cheese, which is a kind of like a feta cheese that's put into it, but more on that later. Right now, I'm gonna go and try collect all of those things at the market behind me, and also along the streets further from the market. So stay tuned. Hello. I wanna cook vergese. I need tomate,
Domate,
spec,
spec,
shepe,
qep,
one, and one garlic.
Apo dak kështu t'jama.
This good.
Domate,
Tomate. This one. This one. Huder. Huder. Jedna.
dak kështu t'jama apo dak kështu.
That's perfect.
Patate,
Piper I kush. You know, like piper I kush.
piper I kush.
Piper kush. Here?
No.
No. Okay. Oh yeah. Maidanos I
Maidanos.
fresket.
Pa, freska.
I fresket. This. Okay. So. This one. Yeah.
1.600.
How much? Can you? 160. Okay. Thank you. Faleminderit.
Faleminderit.
Thank you. Goodbye. So we have the veggies, and next step is to find the cheese, which should be in some of the stores around the market. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to cook vergese, and I will need cheese. Cheese. 100 grams.
10 gram cheese.
Sure. And also piper I kush. Is it this one? Is it spicy or not spicy? Not spicy. Okay. Yeah. How much is it? Yeah, that's okay. Thank you, Faleminderit. Thank you, bye. Well, she didn't seem too stoked about it, but I got the cheese that I need and also the spices. One more thing that came to my mind is that there's a bakery right here, so we're gonna go and get some bread that we can serve along with the vergese. Hello. Do you have like a small bread or like a baguette maybe for vergese? Portuguese, yes.
I don't know.
Something, yeah, something like this will be perfect. Just, just one is okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, we have all the ingredients. Now the only thing left is the clay pot. But I'm sure we can find it because I've already seen it. Hopefully they have a good sized one and we're gonna buy one and we're gonna bake everything in it afterward. I need tavadeu for fergese. I think I can do this one. Okay. Can it go bake? Oven? Yes? Okay. And this one. 20. And
This.
okay. Thank you. Falmanderi. Thank you, Pachi. Okay, it was a success. We have got the clay pot. Just got a really small one, but it was like €1.5. I don't think I need a bigger one. At least it's gonna cook faster. Maybe we'll see. We also have everything else. This is the cheese and the spices, and then the veggies, and of course the bread. So we can call it a success. And right now we're gonna head back to the hostel where we're gonna cook everything. So let's go. Okay, I just got back to the hostel and let me now explain the recipe in a bit more detail. So, even though it's fairly simple in terms of the number of ingredients, there are a bit of like some tricky steps, especially the ones connected to the clay pot. First of all, we're just gonna rinse it in warm water, just get the stain off, and after it, I'm gonna leave it for like an hour in warm water just to absorb a bit of water, which should then also prevent it from cracking when I put it into the oven. The next step is to put a thin layer of oil on the clay and let that absorb, which should prevent the food from sticking afterwards. And then in the end, again to prevent it from cracking, I need to be very careful how I put it into the oven, as it needs to go into a cold oven. Then it takes about 15 minutes to gradually heat up, which should tighten up the pot, and it should be then much safer to use without the worry of it cracking. So that's just the part that we need to focus on in terms of the clay pot itself. Luckily, the fergese, or like the recipe we are trying to make, is fairly easy afterwards. We just need to stir some onions with tomato and the peppers. We also gonna add the spices at this stage, so the black pepper, paprika, and salt. And we let it simmer together for a bit and turn off the heat. When it's turned off, we're gonna add the cheese, the gise, and we're gonna stir it also with fresh garlic. That should give it the flavor, and right after, it is ready to be put into the clay pot and baked in the oven. We should let it bake for about 15 minutes and then see how it turns out. Well, as usual, nothing always goes to plan, and after I tried for like 10 minutes, it just seems like that the oven does not work. So it's a bummer. In the end, we won't be able to put it into the clay, but that's just how it goes. So what we can still do is to try the fergese from the pan. Alright, unfortunately with the oven there is nothing I could do. I was trying to put it on, turn it off. It just did not turn on at all. But let's at least taste the pan version of the dish. I mean, it would be better if you actually could use the clay and bake it and get the cheese to melt, but it's also edible this way. So let's give it a try and see how it tastes. It's pretty good. I'm really glad I didn't put too much salt in it, because the cheese is already very salty. So I feel like I kind of nailed the seasoning, which is nice. What it just kind of misses is a bit of a crunchy element, let's just say. And that's exactly what I think the baking process is for, because I read it kind of creates a crust on top. I mean, it's not perfect, but considering the part without the clay pot and baking and everything, it's a very, very simple dish and quite refreshing. That's gonna be everything for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.